Born and raised in Chicago and a lifelong resident of the metro area, Ed Piotrowski survived 12 years of Catholic school education. I feel your pain, brother. Survived 12 years of Catholic school education before graduating summa cum laude from Northern Illinois University with a BS degree from its College of Business. Tucked in the bowels of corporate America for 35 years, he emerged several years ago to retire and spend more time on the equally challenging hobbies of writing and fishing. His non-award-winning, though funny, he's been told, articles have appeared in Muskie Magazine, Outdoor Notebook, and Muskie Hunter Magazine. His witty, recently self-published memoir, A Life Well Fished, Real Adventures, and the Stuff That Happened in Between, is available on Amazon. Ed and his wife, Joanne, reside in Hampshire. He notes that everything else about him is in his book. If you didn't get a chance to pick up one of his books, if you didn't get a chance to pick up one of his books at the break, check them out on the way out. He can be reached via email at ifish44.ep@gmail.com. Oh, I did it. Ed.
There's beautiful cookies back here, too.
Yes, there's a lot of cookies, so when you go back to buy like Jennifer May's book, grab some cookies. Ed, let's give... Scared me. Thought I was going to have to read your memoir. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Frank, and Ann and Kevin as well, and all the folks here at Waterline. The good news is this is my first ever public reading. The bad news is this is my first ever public reading. Bad because I'm infinitely more comfortable sitting in a fishing boat than standing up here behind this microphone. Also, if there are any medical personnel in the audience trained in untying a tongue, please be ready. The piece I'm reading tonight is from my memoir, and it's titled Horse Crap. As the second day of business meetings concludes in this rural off-site location, we pile into vehicles that will transport us to a group recreational activity. Depending on location, it could be golf, fishing, or an evening at a riverboat casino. Today, however, we turn beneath a woodcut sign that reads, Ponderosa Riding Center. In the name of Mr. Ed, say it ain't so. The only horses I've ever ridden were those that pumped and whirled on the merry-go-round at Riverview, the now defunct amusement park that was located 2 miles from my Chicago childhood home. Horse crap. The trail bosses parade the horses from the stable into the corral. As each saunters into daylight, one from our group of 15 Roy Rogers rookies, we're all now wearing plastic cowboy hats, moves forward to claim his ride. Each sinewy beast seemingly larger than the last, I have serious concerns about relinquishing control of my physical and psychological well-being to a half-ton animal with a brain the size of a walnut. I hang back, waiting for a more manageable version to emerge, maybe a subcompact, like the old Pinto by Ford. Waiting. Is this the one? Massive like the Trojan horse, I can almost hear the walnut rattling around as it whips its noggin from side to side. Pass. How about the next? Looking good. A beautiful chestnut coat with white go-go boots. Ready to make my move, a rollback of its lips exposes a set of choppers sneering my way with a crazed grin. No. Next, a buckskin dressage wannabe swishes its tail like a cheerleader's pom-pom, cantering forward at a disturbing angle like a car driving down the road with a bent frame. Nay. The number of rides dwindles until I'm the only buckaroo left with my feet still on the ground. Ready or not, with emphasis on not, the next ride is mine. The gamble doesn't pay off. It's a bad roll of the dice, dice being my steed's name. This burly boy's got muscles on top of muscles. Why is he leering at me, giving me the hairy eyeball? Why is he shaking his head? Why is he snorting? Even his paint job, white, splotched with cow pie brown, shouts, "Renegade." Frozen, I hear a cat call from someone in our group. "Hey, Annie Oakley, sometime today." Spurred on by my companions, I recall the words of the Duke, John Wayne, when he drawled, "Courage is being scared to death and saddling up anyway." One of the 3 cowhands that will accompany us gets me settled behind the wheel, hands me the leather keys attached to the bit, and delivers a brief driver's ed primer. Left turn, pull left on the reins. Right turn, pull right. Stop, pull back, and if necessary, supplement with a whoa. Simple enough. Though I'd rather mount a fish than a horse, I'm on board. Hopefully dice won't roll craps, or me. The line of equines and their burden of urban cowboy neophytes begins to lumber forward. Puffs of dust rise as clip-clopping hoofs smack the dirt trail in a rhythmic cadence. Dice and I form the tail of the snake that winds through the undulating hills. 10 minutes into the journey, our caravan of ambling equids stops along a slight incline in the pastoral terrain. Rush hour in the middle of nowhere? A red light at the OK Corral? A wagon train funeral procession with the right of way? A thicket of trees borders our left, and a verdant prairie extends to our right for as far as the eye can see. Moments into our standstill, Dice's muscular caboose begins swaying like a shark's tail, like a great white picking up the scent of chum. "Easy, boy," I whisper, hoping to keep him in neutral gear, the words uttered for my peace of mind than to comfort the 1,000-pound beast beneath me. "Easy, boy." Dice bolts from the line like Secretariat at Churchill Downs. Whoa! My call pierces every molecule of air hovering in the moment's earlier serenity. "Whoa!" I shout, pulling on the reins. "Where's the damn brake pedal?" "Whoa!" I plead. "Where the hell is the emergency brake?" Holding on for dear life, I'm bouncing on and off the saddle like a pogo stick on fast forward. My polystyrene Stetson goes flying. With every ounce of adrenalized strength and energy I can muster, I strain on the leather reins, stretching them like pulled taffy. Rumbling Dice does not respond. Now, more than 100 yards since breaking rank, the mane of this equine gone crazy undulates on his gyrating bobblehead like Fabio's hair whipping in the breeze on the cover of a romance novel. My mind races, as it often does, with the thought from left field. The only time ever again I want to hear the word horsepower is in the discussion of outboard motors. Time to bail. "Whoa, you son of a..." No dice. The final word of my impassioned howl dissipates as I launch myself from this locomotive, this living, breathing, runaway iron horse. Arms outstretched, my flight more Pooperman than Superman, I momentarily suspend in midair at the peak of my voluntary dismount that angles up and out at a 45-degree angle away from the raging hoofs. I tuck my right shoulder and barrel roll into the down comforter of tall grass prairie that pillows my body and cushions my embarrassment. With apologies to the rolling stones, roll me, tumbling from Dice. The gymnastic maneuver executed in one continuous motion, I pop to my feet, sticking the landing like 14-year-old Nadia Comaneci concluding a perfect 10 at the '76 Olympics. A quick inventory reveals all body parts intact. Even my jeans retain their original unsoiled condition. With only my ego bruised, I look skyward, raising both arms above my head to signal a safe landing. Across the hushed meadow, whistles and applause begin drifting my way from still-in-line companions, recognizing an unwitting novice stuntman's job well done. Two of the trail bosses take flight, one in pursuit of riderless dice, the other hoping to find me whole. Successful on both counts, I'm asked if I'd like to call it a day and return to the stable, or offering as an alternative his jet black mare, B. One of the bosses speaks with confidence about her gentle demeanor and assures me the remainder of the journey will be incident-free. Cognizant of the aphorism, get back on the horse that threw you, or in this case, from which you bailed, okay, it'll be B and me. Guided by our ranching attendant, we mosey back to the end of the queue and the remainder of our journey continues. It's steady as she goes, until B makes several unscheduled pauses to relieve herself, or pluck a snack from nearby bushes, or stop for no apparent reason, I guess, just because she can. I become uneasy as the rest of the line separates from us, and then increasingly tense as our pace quickens as we catch up. Why me? Then a more serious concern, mushrooms, when she begins butting her nose onto the backside of the horse ahead of us. Unaware of how to address this malfunction, my heart stops when the annoyed bronco rears up and delivers a twin hoof kick to B's jaw. No! Unfazed like a heavyweight boxer taking an opponent's best punch, and to my great relief, the big girl keeps plodding along. From time to time, the riders in front of me glance back to check on my well-being, acknowledging my fortuitousness with some combination of a nod, a smile, or a tip of their hat. Chugging along, chugging along, chugging along. 2 more agonizing hours pass before we reach the terminus, a plateau offering long 360-degree views. A gingerly negotiated dismount and the open-air aesthetics bring welcome relief to this now owner of a saddle sore the size of Wyoming. Steak and taters grilled up by the hired hands and a sunset enjoyed from the heights inject a bit of distance from the afternoon's events as day fades to dusk. Tummy full, eyes closed, and with cool night air descending upon us, visions of a hot shower and soft mattress trot through my head. A sleeping bag tossed at my feet spurred a rude awakening. Low-level discomfort now coursing through my body with every movement, I rise to survey the area, noting some members of our group already have turned in, strewn across the area like battlefield corpses at Gettysburg. I don't know where they pitched our fleet of horses. They're outside my line of sight, and that's just fine with me. My weary arms grab the bed in a bag. I stumble about the low light before finding a plot of grass near some exposed smooth slate bedrock. Fumbling with the unwieldy zippered blanket, I manage to tuck myself in, a human burrito of sorts. Lying on my back, I stare into the starry night. Eyes closed, the unnerving events of the day come alive again. Eyes open. Let's try counting the stars. Yes, yes, like sheep jumping over a fence. 1, 2, 3. Stupid. How are you going to fall asleep with your eyes open? But if your eyes are closed, you can't see the stars to count them. Damn it. Eyes closed. It's getting nippy out here. What if a timber rattler is looking for a warm place to hole up for the night? Eyes wide open. Crap. Horse crap. Starlight, star bright. Please keep this sleeping bag tight tonight. Eyes closed. Seconds later, a laughter like whinny begins lancing the night air. Eyes open. Are those words I'm hearing intertwined with the sounds of the equine? Can it be? Sure it can. It's that SOB dice. And B, likely yucking it up at my expense. Bastards. I wish this had been a fishing outing. A fish never laughed at me. Well, maybe they have, but not as far as I know. An afternoon at the casino would have been okay too. Blackjack, roulette, shooting dice. Yeah, shooting dice. Sometime closer to dawn and dusk, I fall asleep. An hour or two of shut-eye begins with the mumbled words, John Wayne can kiss my ass.